All right, we'll give it just a moment here, folks, on this beautiful summer afternoon, this drive time edition. This is your host, Joe Imbriano, the Fullerton Informer, and we're coming to you live from the streets of sunny Southern California on this Thursday, July 18th, 2024. All right. So what I want to talk to you today about is what is going on in this country, right? And what is going on with the television, and what is going on with the bread and circus, and what is going on with all of the stupid idiot people. Honestly, folks, you cannot, I have to admit that the deniers of Jesus Christ have been extremely successful in turning the vast majority of people into morons. And I make that statement lightly. It's tragic. It's tragic, ladies and gentlemen. It truly is. It's a disastrous situation that we find ourselves in. And it's taken a long time to take the American people's ability to think and discern and to read between the lines and literally see what's in front of them, to take that down to the level that it is right now is chilling. It's absolutely chilling, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure all of you have been exposed to the footage of the event involving Donald Trump in Pennsylvania, but I don't know if all of you are exposed to the footage that shows the photographer running up to the stage right into the gunfire so the individual could get that shot, that picture, that photo opportunity, right? Unbelievable. I mean, Fox News aired the clip, and you can literally see the photographer run up as this was taking place. Run right up there into what was alleged to be gunfire, so the individual could get the photograph that's got Trump, showing his fist with the American flag. It's just like that 9/11 flag with, George Bush, right? Remember that? You remember that photo op? They're standing on the rubble, and they're there with the guy with the, the stuff all over his face and the Secret Service goons. It's another 9/11 photo, folks. So what is irrefutable right now is how the photographer ran right up onto the stage while this was happening. Now, everybody else was ducking, right? Oh yeah, folks. You see what they showed on the Fox News clip was literally the whole stage. They weren't supposed to show the cameraman running up there to get his different angle during this production operation, right? Yeah, they did it, folks. And now the talk of the town is, the left-right paradigm. It's Biden and Trump. They're going to supposedly duke it out, right? And then now they don't want us to own an AR-15, right? They literally don't want us owning an AR-15, but yet these guys are driving around with machine guns in their cars, right? 12-gauge machine gun. They got service revolvers. They got, handguns with 30-round mags in them. They got all kinds of stuff. And, we're not allowed to protect ourselves in case the police or the military wants to go rogue on the American people, right? The reason why we have a Second Amendment, ladies and gentlemen, is to protect us from them. Okay? The reason we have the Second Amendment is to protect us from the government. The government is militarizing its police departments and is using military personnel in civilian operations. That's right. But they don't want you to defend yourself. You see, ladies and gentlemen, in Cuba, the communists took over Cuba because the people were disarmed and they rolled the troops and confiscated all the farms and all the property and all the food and bank accounts. And Cuba's been an open-air prison for 70 years. And the people over there are literally starving in squalor, right? China had hundreds of millions of people murdered by Mao in the revolution, the communist revolution. Hundreds of millions of people were murdered by Mao in the communist revolution, starved to death and murdered after they were disarmed. North Korea, millions of people were murdered and starved to death and imprisoned and tortured by the communists after they were disarmed and the troops turned on the people. The Bolshevik Revolution at the turn of the 19th century, unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. 100 million white Christians were murdered by the communist Bolsheviks through starvation and genocide, by bullets, by machetes, and by starvation, when the government decided to turn on the people. Venezuela, once the socialists' envy of the world, with its heavy reliance on the petroleum industry, once that was socialized and the American government, through some oil price manipulation with OPEC, decided to destroy the economy, the socialist experiment in Venezuela has turned into an open-air prison riot and has not recovered ever since. And then we have North Vietnam falling into the communist hands. Now the people are disarmed. East Germany was disarmed. When you look at the Holodomor massacre, and I'm not going to talk about the other events to get all the airtime, folks, because they've played that card so long that everybody knows about it. But I want to tell you that the reason why they don't want you owning an AR-15 is because they don't want you defending yourself. When it comes time for the foreign troops to invade, or when it comes time for the mass arrests, or when it comes time for the door-to-door gun confiscation, they don't want resistance, folks. They want complicity. The Second Amendment was written to protect us from the government, ladies and gentlemen. You stupid idiots! Why do you think it can't happen here? You stupid idiots! The same cabal, the same central banking cartel, the same deniers of Jesus Christ that ran these communist revolutions are controlling our country. You stupid idiots. They send you to school. They got you believing that the water stays on a spinning ball. You stupid idiots. They send you to school. They teach you that your body and your life has no meaning, and you came from a rock and an explosion of gases, and you're related to a hairy baboon. You stupid idiot. You go to school and you think you're something because you are stupid enough to be subjected to all of that trauma-based mind control and brainwashing. So you go off and get your advanced degree in literal, absolute bullshit. And then you pride yourself with your credentials as you drive your electric car around, as they give you cancer with all the electromagnetic fields in the thing. that they can literally turn off and leave you stranded anywhere they want, or they can be remote controlled and they can run you off a cliff or into a lake. You stupid idiot. Is it your fault? You bet it is. You know why? Because if you haven't figured out by now, after being force-fed all this filth in the media, on the television, on the television, in the movies, in the music industry, in the books in the libraries, in the magazines in the stores, in the magazines in the liquor stores, if you haven't figured out that they hate us and that they want us corrupted and sick in the head and dead, then you truly are a stupid idiot. So, what I want you to understand is that they lie to you about everything, and you believe it. You memorize all this crap in school, all this Tavistock trash, right? All this Shakespeare incest suicide garbage, right? And you write these essays and papers on it that no one's ever going to read, and yet you're up till 2 a.m. trying to figure out a way to beat the artificial intelligence and the chat GPT detector, right? You stupid idiots. You stupid kids better wake up. You better wake up to the fact that you're going to end up getting starved to death and rounded up like cattle and sent to a slaughterhouse if the government can get away with convincing you to have this bleeding heart mental illness and go along with all of this emasculation and communism. I'm sorry, but you're a stupid idiot. I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat that. You know, I sat at a church service a weekend or two ago. Guys up on the stage, covered in tattoos, talking about, you know, donate and, you know, giving and stewardship and, you know, and then comes the Old Testament message, right? Where they're, you know, justifying all of the genocide and slaughter in the Old Testament, right? You stupid idiots. You cannot see what's going on here? Oh, that's right. The video games. Oh, those are harmless entertainment. They have nothing to do with creating all these young killers, do they? Now, I'm not saying that what you see on TV is true, and I'm not saying that, you know, in Sandy Hook, the cartoon character they gave us was 20 years old, and now this guy's 20 years old, right? I mean, what the heck is going on? Well, nothing makes sense, because when you're being lied to and they know you're a stupid idiot, they don't have to make any sense. You see, this is all a form of Mad Magazine in a three-dimensional reality that's being fed to us in a two-dimensional world. And the problem is, most people live a two-dimensional existence. Why? Because they're a stupid idiot. And whose fault is it that they're a stupid idiot? It's their own fault. You know why? Because they're a coward and they're afraid to face the truth. They're afraid to face the reality. Oh, it's okay, to go along with all this satanic pedophilia cartoon stuff that's on all these cable channels and all this vampire trash, you know, and all this witchcraft and sorcery and all this trash. Oh, it's okay. It's children's entertainment. You stupid idiots. You know, it pains me greatly to be surrounded by so many stupid idiots. But the goal here is to wake you up so you won't be a stupid idiot anymore. If you haven't figured out that they're going for broke, they're going to run another, fake epidemic, kill off all the livestock, round people up, jack them up, inject the animals, regulate everything. They can put a movie on the television news at night and tell you it happened. You wouldn't know the difference. I wonder how many of you noticed the cameraman running up on the stage as the alleged shooting was taking place. Now, can I ask you a question? Look, all right, I grew up in an area where there was a lot of gang activity, and I've also had a gun to my head when I was younger. And, when you hear gunshots, you don't run towards them, okay? If you're a cameraman and, there's supposedly someone with a semi-automatic rifle firing 5.56 NATO rounds, you're not going to run towards the target if you're a cameraman. You're going to run away. You're going to run like hell the other direction. You're going to duck. Why did the camera person run up to the stage while this was taking place? While allegedly there were alleged bullets flying. Why? I'll tell you why. Maybe that camera person knows something you don't. Maybe that camera person is a stupid idiot. No. Maybe they know that you're a stupid idiot. Oh my gosh. What else can I say, folks? Do me a favor. Share this video, I don't know. Everybody wants my take on everything, right? Well, it's time for you to do your own research. And why don't you all start doing some homework on how to wake people up and stop from, you got some guy that's, just drinking every night, watching a ball game. A lot of people like that. Or they like their meds, or they like their drugs. And I'm not saying that, you can't partake and enjoy yourself once in a while. You have a prerogative to do that. But to live a life of escape and not have any involvement with trying to find solutions is wrong. And if you're part of the operation and you know who you are, you're a stupid idiot. And the only reason you can look yourself in the mirror is because you can't look at yourself in the mirror and you think you can. You always look away. All these guilty people that are all part of this, all right, they all know what they're doing, but they choose to pretend that they're not. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, come on. They don't want you having a gun. They don't want you having ammunition. They don't want you having chickens. They don't want you having cows. They don't want you having a water well. They don't want you having land. They don't want you having a brain that functions. They don't want you to have children. They don't want you to have a marriage. They don't want you to have a family. They don't want you to have healthy lives. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to have a healthy psychological makeup. They don't want you to sleep well. They don't want you to eat well. They don't want you to know the Lord Jesus Christ. They don't want you to go into eternal rest and paradise with our Heavenly Father and His Son, who is seated at the right hand on the throne, looking down right now from the firmament. They don't want you to have any of that. They want you to watch kinky sex on television and take all kinds of medication and have no way to defend yourself and feel sorry for the guy that comes in your house with a mask and a gun. And they don't want you to feel any vengeance towards these people that are destroying all the businesses with the crime and the robberies. They want you to just sit there and shut up and put a mask on and go back to your room and shut up. They want you going to the doctors. They want you taking the pills. They want you rolling up your sleeves so that someone in that doctor's office can gain access to your bloodstream 100 times before you're even 12 years old. They want you under a Wi-Fi router so you can't sleep. They want something in your lap so you can't have children. They want you trying out all kinds of kinky sex with God knows what now. And they're now talking about gun violence being a public health crisis. And the Surgeon General circus clown. Did you get a load of that guy? I mean, for a while we had a Surgeon General that looked like Captain Crunch. Okay? We had a Surgeon General in the United States that literally looked like Captain Crunch. The guy looked like Captain Crunch, for crying out loud. And he was the Surgeon General of the United States. So now we got this guy who looks like he's got cancer, who's the Surgeon General. And he's now talking about how gun violence should be treated as a public health crisis. And what that means is they're going to do an end run around the Constitution to deal with the problem. Well, if gun violence has become a public health crisis, then let's see what the problem is. The people that produce, manufacture, and distribute the video games should be arrested. The people that produce and promote and write the scripts for and the screenplays for the violent, bloody, gory movies should be arrested and locked up. The people that write and produce the violent lyrics for the satanic, bloodletting, gangster rap, trash filth should be arrested and locked up. The people that make these magazines and photographers and videographers for this violent, trashy, I don't want to go into what it is, should be arrested and locked up. And the people that are teaching our children that there's no God and that, they need to take all these meds, and the people that are making our children insane by, writing this Common Core curriculum and making these young children lose their minds and stay up till 2, 3 in the morning doing their homework, and the people that are promoting these, all this backlit LED, eye-destroying, brain-destroying, reproductive ability destroying microwave weaponry, wireless technology in the schools, they should be arrested and locked up. And, the people like all these divorce attorneys and all the people involved in the divorce industry that are ruining the children, they ought to be locked up and arrested. And that'll stop all the shootings, because every time we have some sort of alleged mass shooting, it's some deranged person, right? Well, who the heck made him deranged? It certainly wasn't all the innocent people out there raising their families, working and paying their taxes and going about their business and being law-abiding, just being in a position to defend themselves. Why should we turn in our guns while you let everybody I just mentioned make all this money by screwing everything up for us? I don't think so. Are you kidding me? You stupid idiots! Lock them up. Those are the people that need to be locked up, folks. That's how you deal with the public health crisis, by dealing with the people who are creating the public health crisis. Hollywood is run by satanic, bloodthirsty pedophiles, okay? Hollywood is literal satanic, filthy trash. Lock them up. Arrest them. Put them all in jail. Seriously, shut it down. If we shut Hollywood down, it would be an amazing world, wouldn't it? Unbelievable what they've done. And yet they expect you stupid idiots to turn your guns in and accept all this crazy crap. You're okay. You know what? You stupid idiots that give your money to these churches when they do nothing about anything. You stupid idiots. You stupid idiots that won't stand up for anything and go along with everything. Guess what? You're the first ones that are going to be hauled off, believe me, because you're the easy targets. And they know you're all a bunch of cowards. Let me tell you something, folks. It's not a good thing to be a stupid idiot. And let me tell you something. Once you wake up from being a stupid idiot, you can never become a stupid idiot again. Do you understand me? Do I make myself clear? course I do. Because you know why? I make too much sense. That's why people don't like me. That's why when you put my name in the search engine, you can't find my YouTube channel. They don't want you to find it. Guess what? You'll find it. So will your friends eventually. All right. Look, 2,000 years ago, the truth walked the earth. He raised the dead, healed the blind. The Bible talks about that he did so many miracles, all the books in the world couldn't contain them. And yet what they do? They nailed him to the cross. And what they do? They said, give us Barabbas and let his blood be upon us and our children, right? That's what they said. Guess what? They got it. And they're going to have it, okay? Because they keep on keeping on, folks. And guess what? So do we. We have to keep telling the truth and not being stupid idiots and living a righteous, holy, clean life, and one that involves wisdom and courage and enough concern for our fellow brother and sister and man and woman to tell them the truth. So the next time you hear about, gun violence being a public health crisis, go down to your police department and have the police department, go and raid all of the video game stores and all of this sadistic, subversive mind control garbage, all the video stores that are promoting all this licentious murder and crap. And then maybe, we can have a grand jury investigation into the conspiracy to turn the American people into natural born killers through the use of Hollywood and the movie industry and the music industry. Maybe we can have grand jury indictments for everybody that produced all that trash, right? You think that'll ever happen? No. As a matter of fact, I think the grand jury in Orange County is taking up the issue of, these battery-powered bicycles, as the massage parlors are all full of trafficked women, and, most of the police department guys are in there cheating on their wives. So, hey, what can I say, right, ladies and gentlemen? It's just the truth. It's a sick world, man. It's a sick world when the education system is controlled by pedophiles, and the garbage they're trying to do to your children and everybody's children is criminal. But you stupid idiots, you put them in there, don't you? I don't know what else to say, except it's time to stop being a stupid idiot, okay? I think I've said that enough. All right. This has been another broadcast of the Fullerton Informer, Joe Imbriano, P.O. Box 4121, Fullerton, California, 92834. Now, just in case they try to cut that off, I'll repeat it. Joe Imbriano, the Fullerton Informer, P.O. Box 4121, Fullerton, California, 92834. Drop me a line, send me a prayer or two, and pray a hedge of protection over my family and myself and all of us as we redeem the time, for the days are evil, ladies and gentlemen. All right, in Jesus' name we go. You take care. Nothing like the truth, nothing but the truth, and that truth is marching on. And he whom the Son sets free is free indeed. No more bondage to fear or deception. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.